The Department of Public Health says Three Rivers has too many serious state and federal violations to fix within the appropriate time frame. So for the safety of its staff and residents, it's best to close its doors.
The facility failed to maintain adequate staffing levels and failed to meet infection control standards.
22 people living here at Three Rivers Nursing Home became infected with COVID-19. 4 of those residents have died, and 6 staff members also were infected. Following the COVID outbreak in late July, the Department of Public Health began investigating.
We continued to monitor the facility actively and found significant additional and ongoing deficiencies.
Last week, DPH appointed a new temporary manager at the facility and says the manager found widespread problems still occurring at the facility, which houses 53 residents, 17 of which are in the COVID-positive unit.
They related to delivery of care, to inadequate infection control, deterioration of systems of accountability.
DPH says closing the nursing home and relocating current residents is the safest measure to take, as bringing the facility into compliance with regulations before the end of the month is not feasible. A Norwich woman requesting to remain anonymous says she worked at Three Rivers for years as a nursing assistant.
I'm very hurt. I'm lost right now. I have 4 children. And I just ask that you guys pray for my coworkers, my residents, wherever they go, that they're safe.
And says they needed more help than they received from the state during the height of the pandemic.
It shouldn't have got this far. You know what I mean? We were asking for this. We were asking for that.
JACC Health Center of Norwich, which operates Three Rivers Healthcare, says it supports DPH's decision, while local lawmakers say they're pushing for answers as to how this happened.
There are many questions that have not been answered yet, and the people of Norwich and the residents and their families will be demanding those answers. We want to know how this happened.
Health officials say they will be working with families and residents to determine where those still residing here will be moved to. They say new facilities will remain within 15 miles of Three Rivers, and no word yet on how long these transfers could take. In Norwich, Zania Maldonado, Fox 61 News.